Hello, everyone. First of all, Merry Christmas. It's Boxing Day when I'm recording this. First of all, I would like to apologize if there's noise in the back. I'm currently at my mother's house in my hometown, and I'm in my old bedroom, which is now full of stuff that is not mine because I haven't lived here in over 6 years. And there's a road outside, so I would like to apologize in advance if you hear ambulances or motorbikes with loud engines. It's just a way of life. I'm used to it, but I felt like yesterday when I was recording some of the voiceovers from my neighborhood video, you didn't really hear any background noise, so it should be fine. So anyway, if you celebrate, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful time, and even if you didn't, I hope you had a governmental day off. If you didn't, I just hope you had a day off from work anyway. And I hope you got to spend time with people that you love. And if you're even more privileged, then I hope you got nice gifts. I certainly did, and I just felt very grateful. It's just always so fun to unwrap presents and to especially see what you got for other people and to see them unwrap what you gave them. I put so much effort into wrapping gifts this year, and when people told me that they liked the way I wrapped the gifts, I genuinely felt so accomplished because I love wrapping gifts, and I had really good colors as well. But anyway, today this is the special that I promised you. This will go live on New Year's Eve, and the reason I decided to upload it on New Year's Eve is because I always think that is the best time to release content talking about the best music of the year. And the reason that I started my channel this year as well was because this year was genuinely such an amazing year for music. There's been other years where it definitely felt like everybody was kind of sleeping a little bit, you know what I mean? And this year I didn't feel like that at all. I genuinely felt like everybody and their mom was releasing music. And yeah, it was just so fantastic. So I just genuinely can't wait to talk about it. I'm already noticing that my mouth is getting kind of dry. Like I haven't even been talking for a long time. But anyway, so I'm going to pause a little bit and then I'm going to come back because I also need to just grab a drink. So how about you do the same? Sit down and just, or maybe even do something at the same time. I always like listening to a podcast when I'm cooking or when I'm doing the dishes, cleaning up, stuff like that. So yeah, don't feel obligated to listen to this on New Year's Eve. If you do, that's great, but I'm not expecting anyone to. But yeah, I thought that was the best time to record something talking about the best music of the year. And I did see everybody talking about Spotify Wrapped coming out way too early. It's strange when they do start tracking. Personally, I don't use Spotify, so it's not an issue that I have. But if you look on your Last.fm, it is most accurate for the whole year when you look at it on New Year's Eve. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna lay down the microphone, grab a drink. You should do the same. I will be right back. Okay, before we get started, I just really want to give a heads up, obviously, this is the first year I'm doing this, so I'm not going to talk about any of these songs in the sense of, oh, these are per se the best songs that were released. Those are just my personal favorites, and I personally don't want anyone to feel like if the music that you liked is not on my list, that the music you listen to is bad. I don't want you to think that. And that's also why I would appreciate it if anyone doesn't say, oh, but you missed this. It's not about, I'm not trying to talk about the best music. I'm trying to talk about my favorites. And I think more people should approach it that way. I think if anyone tries to say that certain music is the best based on their opinion alone is just strange, because music is very subjective and it's very personal, and what you relate to is so personal to you, and also not everybody likes all music. So yes, if you do have recommendations, however, I would really appreciate those. I always love it when people give me a good recommendation because they genuinely think that I'm going to like it. And it's very satisfying when I do like it, because then I feel like people know me really well. So anyway, let me take a sip. I also wasn't planning to edit this that much, just so it felt a little bit more natural. Okay, then I will have to explain the way I compiled the list. I will start with songs rapid fire, because even though I'm someone that loves listening to albums, you know, sometimes you only like one song off an album, or one song only sticks with you from a whole album. And just because one song is not better than the other, one song is not better than the other. And that's why I listed it in alphabetical order. So, yeah. Let's get started. Yay. I have my notes here in my recording door. So yeah, I will be talking about each song very shortly. And then once I talk about the albums, I will be getting into a little bit more detail. Okay, let's start. First song on my list is Virtual Angel by Artemis. Now, and if you like K-pop, you're going to be very excited, because there's so much K-pop in my list. I love K-pop. Yeah, and Virtual Angel by Artemis. Wow, that song is just so fantastic, so catchy, and I don't know how they did it. As in, how did they make that song sound so melancholic? Do you know what I mean? There's something about it that just genuinely sounds so heavenly. And I love the music video and the visuals as well. Like, the Luna subunits that have been coming out are so good. And this is not even the only Luna subunit that I'll be talking about. Little spoiler. But yeah, Virtual Angel, that was such a fantastic song. I have it stuck in my head all the time. It is so good. Then we have Wildflower by Billie Eilish. I actually was not the biggest fan of this album, but to be fair, I didn't give it a proper spin. I listened to it all the way through in my headphones once, and a lot of the songs from this album were absolutely unavoidable. But Kyo from P1 Harmony will cover, or has covered, this song on the Utopia tour. But my friend put this performance on by Billie, and it was kind of like an acoustic recording, and then I really like this song. So yeah, I thought I'd just put that in there. I do think that Wildflower is better than Birds of a Feather or Lunch. I'm sad that she didn't make this a single. It might be, I don't actually know. But yeah, the song is beautiful, and her vocals are very good, and I feel like over time Billie Eilish has gotten much better at singing. So ever since she's released what's it called, the one with the guitars, oh yeah, Happier Than Ever. Well, yeah, that was also the song of the album, but that was also the song of the title track. Yeah, she started like belting a little bit more, and I feel like she's gotten much better at singing in general. And this was one of those moments when I saw the acoustic performance that I really realized that. For the record, I have been a Billie Eilish fan since 2018. And I found my concert ticket the other day. I saw her in a really small venue, and the price of the concert ticket was 20 euros. Which is really insane, because she's so famous now. So I just know I'll never get to see her for 20 euros again. And I'm not trying to flex on anyone, but yeah, I have been with Billie for a while, and I was a bigger fan before than I am now. However, I still support her. I like her music. I like her vibe. So yeah. Anyway, Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Let's move on. This next one is so obvious. I feel like this one is going to be on everyone's end of the year list. But Good Luck Babe by Chapel Roan. And that's insane because even when you go on Tidal and you look at albums recently released, Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess is in the recently released albums, but it does say under it that it's released in 2023. So technically it does not fall under best albums of the year because everybody's so late to this fucking album. And as am I, because I personally remember getting ads for Pink Pony Club on Instagram way back in 2020, but I just never ended up looking it up. And when she did become famous, I was like, oh, that's her from the Instagram ads from 4 years ago. But anyway, Good Luck Babe. Wow, I love the fact that this song samples Last Christmas. That's so random and insane, but so creative. And yeah, this song obviously has such interesting lyrical content, and it's just one of a kind. It's fantastic. It's genuinely such a good song. Like, there's not many songs out there in the world like this, and I really appreciate that. Her vocal tone is fantastic. She is such a fantastic vocalist. My sister showed me her Coachella performance of Casual, which unfortunately got deleted off of YouTube. There's now only people filming it in the crowd, but man, if they love us, if Coachella really loves us, then they should really upload that Chapel Roan full Coachella set, because that was just so fantastic and she was doing such a good job on that performance. So anyway, yes, Good Luck Babe by Chapel Roan. Then we have Chasing Status, Backbone featuring Stormzy. Yo, I love me some drum and bass, and I am very basic. I am not like a mega drum and bass fan, but 2 years ago, yes, because we didn't go last year, or was it last year? Was it 2023? I think it was. We didn't go this year. Yeah, we saw Sub Focus. And the year before that, oh yeah, that's what it was. 2023, we saw Sub Focus, and the year before that, we saw Pendulum. Those are both so awesome, and it was so cool. And yeah, I think last year we saw Chasing Status as well. So that's when Badadon was really big. But it's just really cool how they came out and just followed it up with such a banger like Backbone. Personally, I love Stormzy. I love his vocal tone as well. I think he's so just a fantastic rapper, and I love his whole aura, and yeah, he's just a great guy. This song is just so good. I don't know I don't have that much to say about it, other than it's just really good. Chasing Status, legendary. Yeah, when this song comes on, I will be shuffling. I will be busting a move. Okay, let's move on. Now let's get to some indie. We have Coin, Take It or Leave It. I think this album was called, hold on, let me pull up. It's like, I don't care about music anymore. Ever since I've gotten older, I'm just getting so bad at remembering those kind of things, like what an album title is. Even though I listened to this album so much, I'm not afraid of music anymore. Excuse me. This album was really good in general. But I did just only want to talk about one song, because this song, Take It or Leave It, was the first single that they released. And I just got it in my recommended tracks on Tidal. And this song just reminds me so much of the indie music that was popular like 10 years ago, like Tudor Cinema Club, Old Vampire Weekend. And yeah, this band has been active for quite a long time. And in the summer, I listened to their other album as well. And that was good, but I really like this song. But yeah, if you like some good indie that sounds like the Tumblr era, ironically enough, then you should check out the song. This song is genuinely so good. Take It or Leave It by Coin from the album I'm Not Afraid of Music Anymore. Then we have DPRE and Saint. Wow. This song is so good. I love that tripping sample. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but it sounds like it's falling over itself. I saw him live this year at like a DPR concert. So there was also DPR Arctic and DPR Cream as the openers, and then DPR Ian was the main act. Unfortunately, he did not play this song. And not even any of those new songs from the Saint EP, which I thought was so sad because I would have loved to see that song live. It was genuinely so good. So yeah, if you like some... What is this experimental EDM? It's not really EDM, but it definitely takes some EDM elements. Every now and then in the song, it sounds a bit like Fred Again. But yeah, fantastic song, Saint by DPR Ian. Really cool music video as well. Just still check it out if you like K-pop adjacent EDM. Okay, let's move on. We're almost at the F. I'll be talking about Fred Again in a little bit, but before we will be talking about Fontaine's DC Starburster. I did listen to Romance, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, I'm really glad that the singer of Fontaine's DC talked about Palestine when he accepted the, what was it? It was a Brit Award, right? That was so cool. I love that he did that. And this album was good, but that Starburster song is just so fantastic. Like, I love a good drum sample or loud drums that just are super bassy and loud. And I already said loud, but just very present in the song. And he's just rapping his ass off as well. And he just sounds so good, and he makes the Irish accent work really well. Yeah, Fontaine's DC is cool. But yeah, this song, Starburster, is definitely the best song off that album, in my opinion. Okay, here we are, Fred Again. I just mentioned him already. I am not like a certified Fred Again listener by any means, but he released Fearless featuring Sampha. Wow. I love Sampha so much. And he also released an album this year. Is this... Oh, I didn't add it to the list, but I can talk about it right now. Yeah, I think the album was called Lahai, and there was a few good songs on there, and I gave it a fair spin, but it was not really for me. However, this Fearless song is just so beautiful, very airy, heavenly, I could even say again. And I feel like this combination is just so fantastic. They really take out, or, you know, bring out the best in each other. And I feel like anytime Sampha features on anything, he just absolutely knocks it out the park. And I love his vocal tone. I love the way he's singing. I love that he sings with his accent as well. And yeah, it's funny, I just mentioned that on the previous track as well, but yeah, Fearless by Fred Again featuring Sampha. Back to the K-pop. We're back at F. Can you guess? I'll let you guess if you're a K-pop stan while I take a little sip. It is Supersonic by Promise 9. Rest in peace, Promise 9. If you're not in the K-pop loop, I will explain briefly. The label that Promise 9 is under is going through a lot right now. Essentially, it is the label, the huge conglomerate that BTS is under, but it was merged with a bunch of other labels. So it kind of works in like a big label conglomerate way anyway. And yeah, they're going through a lot of drama right now. There's a few dirty people working in the company. There's fans boycotting the music, myself included. So yes, if I talk about HYBE groups, this one is for the K-pop fans. Just know I am boycotting right now. I will obviously try to obtain the CD in the most legal way possible. That is all I will say about that. But I am currently just downloading it from CDs that I already own and listening to it through my Apple Music. But yeah, so Fromis9 has left HYBE and they are currently looking for a new label. I haven't heard anything else about it yet. But yeah, they should be let out the basement. Because their music is so good. I do need to check it out a little bit more, but this song is just fantastic. So catchy. I even tried to make a song myself with the same BPM and key because it's just so catchy. Yeah, I need to check out more from S9, but yeah, that's also why I did want to put the song into the list, because I didn't listen to the album, mainly because of the boycott. So yeah, I needed to find a good source to listen to the music legally. But yeah, let's move on. We're already at the H. Lonely is the Muse by Halsey. Now, I will try not to rant while I talk about this song, because this album was had mixed reviews, even though I thought it was not deserved. Because I myself am not the biggest Halsey fan in the world. But ever since she started working with BTS, I really respect her. I think she's grown a lot in her music career. And obviously what happened to her was awful. And the fact that a lot of critics did not get that from listening to this album was just so upsetting to see. But at the same time, I did think that it made for a lot of interesting discourse online, and I hope that most people who kept up with the discourse learned something. But yeah, wow, Lonely is the Muse. Like, this song is not necessarily about like her illness or about what the whole album is about. But if you yourself are struggling with an illness, I would really, really highly, highly, highly recommend listening to this album, because it just tackles so many difficult topics, like fear of dying early, leaving your children behind, and being left by your husband, not necessarily due to illness, but not being able to defend yourself in a really vulnerable time like that. And it was just, it was tear-jerking. It was heartbreaking, but in the best way possible. Like, I might make a long video about The Great Impersonator, but yeah, this song slaps. Ooh, if you like a hard rock song that's very grungy with belting vocals, like, she is such a good vocalist. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, check it out. It was really good. Let me take a sip again before we move on to the other H. We're almost halfway through the songs. I need to hurry up a bit. I've been recording for 23 minutes already. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to the indie. Paranoid by Hippocampus. Wow, this was my summer anthem. I have a few fantastic I have a few fantastic memories where I'm cycling through the town that I lived in before I moved, and it was sunny and the sun was setting, and it was getting to that, golden hour kind of time of the day, and you're cycling without a jacket, and it's like nice and warm, and you have Paranoid by Hippocampus playing on your headphones. Wow. Ooh, I love the guitar on this song. Ooh, oh my goodness. It just tickles my brain in the best way. And again, it kind of reminds me of that Tumblr music from 10 years ago. I'm happy that that's making a comeback, because it's just so catchy and fun, and I love the subject matter of this song as well. Like, you wouldn't think that someone from a band like this, is Hippocampus pretty famous? It's probably like Coin, very similarly. Coin also have a song on that album, where it's like, yeah, I'm famous, but if people don't recognize me, then I'm kind of offended because I can move through the world like a normal person. I'm not really sure if that's what this Paranoid song is about as well, but it's definitely about being paranoid, obviously. But yeah, if you like a good stringy, plucky guitar lead and melody, then yeah, check out this song. Their vocals as well, and the lyrics are funny. Yeah. Even my friend who really likes indie also immediately understood why I really like the song when I showed it to her. So yeah, do check it out if you are looking for some good new indie music. We're at the I, back to K-pop. Actually, the next songs up until N are all K-pop, so I'll try to go through this quite quickly. We have Magnetic by Eyelit. Yes, and it is pronounced Eyelit. A lot of people say Illit. It's pronounced Eyelit. I can actually read Hangul. So when you read it in Hangul, it does say Eyelit. But yeah, this song is so catchy. I didn't watch the survival show that they were on. But when this song came out, I was like, wow, I love the video game type of noises. And usually I don't really like vocal samples used in a song the way that they are. But this song is so cute. I loved the fact that it went viral. I love the dance. And one time I went to a K-pop party and this song was playing. And there was just a bunch of dudes with light sticks. Nobody usually brings light sticks to the K-pop club night. But these dudes were all like moshing with their light sticks to the song. Like this dude had a Twice bong. And he was on someone else's shoulders and he was just going absolutely mad to Magnetic by Eyelit. Yeah, I just have good memories with the song. It's catchy, it's fun, it's youthful. I love it. It's such a good song. Then we have Untouchable by ITZY. Wow, like, you know, Leah being on hiatus was a sad moment for MIDZYs, but wow, were they so strong in this era. And this song is just so fantastic and catchy, and yeah, it really brings out the best in the members. You really could tell that they wanted to give it their all and make up for the fact that they were missing a member. And what I also liked is that when they came back, they recorded a new version with Leah. So yeah, there's 2 versions that you can listen to this song. But again, at the K-pop night, when this song comes on, I will be dancing. This is a banger. We love the song. Okay. Oh, it's so cold in here. Back to the HYBE groups or HYBE soloists. Who? By Jimin. Wow, Jimin, you ate again. Last year when Face came out, I really, really liked it. And it was one of my top albums of that year. I didn't listen to Muse that much. Also, again, because of the boycott. But yeah, Who by Jimin. And again, broke records, was very catchy. I'm still waiting for, you know, a BTS solo to become undeniably big like Dynamite was. Like, even if you're somewhere random, it's likely that you'll hear Dynamite by BTS. But I'm still waiting for that to happen with a K-pop song. Or especially a BTS solo. And I thought this one could have the potential to do that because it just has those like almost Neptune's production elements. Yeah, but so early 2000s Y2K coded and wow, so good. Yeah. I think we're halfway through the songs. Wow, I've been yapping for half an hour. This episode might end up being really, really long. I don't hope so. I just have so much to talk about, guys. I just love music. I hope you're willing to listen to me talk about K-pop for a long time. Okay, let's move on. Then we have Tell My Mama by Card. I also saw them live this year. That was so fun. Such a good show. Energy was unmatched. BM, one of the members, downed a Corona on stage. And all of his other members were like, are you sure about that? But yeah, the energy was unmatched at that show. I love that they have a more mature concept. They're all a bit older than the average K-pop idol. And yeah, this song was so good, so catchy. I love the subject matter. Like, it's this really creative way of singing a love song. Like, I feel like, you know, it's not really mentioned that much, like parents in the love spectrum of songs. But it's such an important part of forming a relationship with someone. So I love that they approached it in this way. And I love that they all had blonde hair as well. Like, the music video was beautiful. And yeah, this song's so catchy. And that album was also one of my favorites from this year. But still, otherwise my list was going to be so long, and especially really full of K-pop. So, wow. Okay, let's move on. Next, we have Midas Touch by Kiss of Life. Woo! Toucha! Oh my goodness, this song was so good. I was so obsessed with this song as well. Like, it's always so exciting when a good new song comes out, and I feel like this song in particular reminded me so much of the Pussycat Dolls. They nailed that Y2K sound. Wow, it was so good. Also, the choreo that goes with this song and the music video was just so creative. I loved that Kiss of Life had such a strong year this year. Midas Touch is such a good song, and I think we need more songs that touch on that, or no pun intended, Midas touch on that topic of seducing a man. I love that they just went with that. Like, it was so cunty. It was so good. Anyway, Midas Touch by Kiss of Life. Oh, that was so good. To another cunty song. Wow, the voguing in the choreo. Can you guess? Can you guess? What's the next letter after K, guys? Obviously, it's the Seraphim with Crazy. Oh my goodness. Again, the album that this was on was okay. It was so sad because this title track was so good. And even when the concept photos came out and I saw that they went with like out of proportion images where the heads looked really big as opposed to the size of their bodies, and it was just really giving Alice in Wonderland it was giving Alice in Wonderland with the styling, and it was so creative and cool, and this song is so good. It's so cunty, and I love that, again, the choreo was so good. They ate with the voguing, and I'm already thinking of that version that they recorded with Jin from BTS for TikTok. They ate. Wow, this song was so good. But obviously boycott HYBE. Please. I'm asking you nicely. Please find another way to listen to the song. Please. Let's move on. And we have New Woman by Lisa. By the way, it does, when I'm asking you to boycott, it does go for all big K-pop companies because they work with a few shady people. However, you should just make your own decisions, but I do want you to know that I am boycotting. So when I'm talking about this next song, I'm not making any exceptions. I don't want you to feel like I'm only talking about HYBE groups, but you know, with the HYBE boycott, the campaign is just the most organized, and yeah. Next we have New Woman by Lisa from Blackpink featuring Rosalia. Ooh, this song is really good. Also very cunty. Wow, I love that music video as well. Like when she comes in and she's wearing the boots and she has the blonde wig and she's like just strutting through the shot with the boots and the coat, and it was so cunty. And when Rosalia's verse comes on and when the BPM changes, and wow, the song is just so good. And sometimes when I'm listening to the song, it can almost make me a bit teary-eyed because the subject matter of the song is just so beautiful. Like, it's about rekindling your confidence in yourself because you feel like a new woman. And yeah, it's just, you know, BTS paved the way, but like yeah, I love the fact that loving yourself is such a well talked about topic in K-pop because it's really important. And yeah, this song embodies that concept really well. as well. So yeah, New Woman featuring Rosalia by Lisa. Wow. So good, so good. Okay, we're over the halfway point. Okay, then we have ABC by Nayeon. Again, I loved the fact that there was so much Y2K inspired music in K-pop this year. Because again, when I listened to the song, it was giving Pussycat Dolls. It was giving old Britney Spears. And Nayeon is just such a fantastic vocalist, and it was so catchy. Even a little bit Beyonce beat-wise. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, she slayed again with the music video. You know, when she's doing that bridge at the end, and she's holding her hand in front of her. You know what? Wow, she shocked the nation. Yeah, if you're gonna check out one music video from today, I would say that one, because it's quite scandalous for K-pop, and I love that. Eat it up, Nayeon. Let's go. Okay, back to non-K-pop. Then we have more K-pop after that, but just let's take a little break from K-pop. Then we have Oh Gemini by Role Model. I saw Role Model at Pop. Was that 2 years? It was 2 years ago. It was 2022, and that was funny. He had what's the album called? RM, I think it was. I really wanted to buy merchandise at that time that just said RM, because it would have had a double meaning for me, obviously. But they didn't have it. They only had merchandise with his face on it. But I'm not the biggest Role Model fan. Like, that album was good, and I was listening to it a lot at the time. But anyway, Oh Gemini by Role Model. Oh, it's so obvious who the song is about. But still, it was good. And usually I don't really like ballads, but this one was in my rotation. I like to revisit it. Still nice. And yeah, you could really hear his influence by The Neighborhood, by the 1975. He even recently covered Somebody Else by Somebody Else by the 1975. And yeah, this song's beautiful. I really like this song. Okay, again, let me take a sip. Then we have Impossible by riize. Again, riize is 7. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, this song is so catchy. Like, when this song comes on at the K-pop night, I will be busting a move. And again, the choreo is fantastic. And I love their whole concept. I'm not a riize myself, but yeah, if I would have become a riize if seunghan actually came back. But unfortunately, after all that stuff happened, I will link the Adam McIntyre video below explaining the whole situation. It will definitely take up too much time if I talk about it right now. But yeah, Impossible by riize, fantastic song. And again, so nostalgic in the way it was made. And yeah, love it. Love it. Okay, next one. This one. I am not a 17 stan. I'm not a carrot by any means. But when I remember when I heard this song at the K-pop night. And it was funny because I actually saw the snippets of the music video on Twitter at the time. And I didn't listen to the whole song. But then when I heard it in a club with loud ass fucking speakers, and I was shook. I listened to the song on repeat for a whole day. Like, I remember that day so well just because I was listening to this song on repeat. It's La La Lee. Wow. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel like they don't even make that many K-pop songs like this. I love that, like, synth. What is it? It kind of sounds like an alarm. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what the instrument is that they use for the main melody tone, I would say. It is just one musical note that they play, and it just kind of like fades out, almost like crescendos down. But it scratches my brain so wonderfully. I fucking love this song. This song is so good. La La Lee by 17. What the hell? I would love to hear this at a K-pop night again, and it just slaps so much. I love when a K-pop song actually sounds like it comes out of a DJ set at Tomorrowland or something, and it doesn't sound like K-pop at all. This is one of those songs, and the rap the rap is fantastic on this song, and especially that first verse. I don't even know who the member is, but the first verse, the person comes in and you could just hear them smiling through the verse when they're recording it. I love that. I love little details like that. Please listen to La La Lee by 17. Again, in the not fun in the company kind of way, if you can. If somebody has a CD, please play the CD. Anyway. Okay, next. Let's move on to another K-pop company. You have Nightwalker by 10. Wow, when this song came out, I got the music video recommended. Obviously, I watched the music video in the different kind of way. But wow, this music video is so cunty. And the way it ends. Oh, I heard the song in a K-pop night as well. And then my friend was looking over at me and he was like, wait, this song's actually really good. And I'm like, yeah, Nightwalker by 10. This is such a good song. Yeah, and again, scratched my brain. And he's just so cunty. I love 10. Again, I'm not an SM stan, but Nightwalker by 10, sign me up. That song is so good. Okay. Yes, I have more K-pop mentions. Sorry. I have one more indie song before we finish the list, but we're on to Strategy by Twice featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Wow, Megan ate on this song. This verse that she did is so good, and she looked so good in the music video, and I love that she made photo cards. Like, we were waiting. And I love that she did it in a different way as well. She completely made it her own. Anyway. Strategy, yeah, wow. Again, it was giving Pussycat Dolls. The Y2K sound was so prominent in K-pop this year, and I loved it because it just makes so much sense. Girl groups were oopsie, I stopped recording. Girl groups were massive in the early 2000s, so it just only makes sense that K-pop loves to try on that sound. Yeah. Wow, Strategy by Twice. What a banger. We love it. Okay, next. This is the second to last HYBE artist that we'll be talking about in the songs list. It is Friends for Ends by V. Oh, I had the song on repeat when it came out. Oh, it's so good. And again, I love the subject matter in the music video. It was so beautiful. And yeah, I just love his voice. His voice is so soothing and wonderful. Yeah, again, please listen to the song in another way if you can. But yeah, this song is fantastic. And please watch the music video as well. It was made by a Palestinian, directed by a Palestinian. So please give it some love if you can. Next song on the list is the indie song. I think the album was called 777. And this was my favorite song from that album, Love on the Outside by Wishy. Again, we love that indie was making a comeback in the way that it was, at least to me. Like this Wishy song, the Hippocampus song, the Coin song. Wow, those were in my rotation so much. And yeah, I just love that, like, high-pitched guitar sound, and this song is so cute. The melody is so fun to sing along with as well, and this album is just really good. 777 by Wishy, check it out. Okay, moving on. We have 3 more K-pop songs to talk about, and then we'll talk about the albums. Well, I think this episode is going to be at least an hour and a half long, because I'm going to talk for so long. I'm sorry. Well, obviously, if you clicked on the video, you're going to be able to see how long it is. But yeah, let's move on. Again, let me take a sip before I continue. Guess what the next letter is? We're at W. Did you guess? It's Woke Up by XG. Wow. Again, the music video for this was sick. And yeah, I will be talking about music videos a lot because music videos are such an essential part of K-pop. And XG, that concept is so cool. And we even have a female member who shaved their head. That was so cool. Yeah, there's no group out there like XG. I'm not necessarily a mega fan, but every time they release something, I will check it out at least once. Like, I really respect them. They have fantastic rappers, and On this song as well, the rapping is so good. It's just amazing how every member is a fantastic vocalist and a great rapper. And I like what they did, taking the K-pop concept, but they all have Japanese members. I think only one member is half Korean. But they record all of their songs in English. And that's so cool. Yeah, this song is so good. Woke up looking like this. Yeah. 8. Woke Up by XG. Fucking amazing song. Completely different vibe when we're moving on. Nemo Nemo, Nemo Nemo, Sign by Yena. Oh, wow. When I first heard this song, I was so overstimulated. But then Kyo from P1 Harmony put me on. Oh, wow, this song is so catchy. Like, once you get into it, it scratches your brain in the best way. Oh, it is so overstimulating in the best way. And this... the music video as well is just when K-pop is at its best, when it's doing the silly fun thing where it's just not trying to take itself too seriously, but it's cute at the same time, and it just really has that cutesy vibe with the pink and the hearts and the loud synths, and it just goes so hard, and it's insane how much this song tries to get out of you. But it's fantastic. Nemo Nemo, Nemo Nemo, Sign. Oh, check it out. Please check it out. If you love crazy music, this song is for you. It's just fantastic. Anyway, let's move on. We have another crazy song. Wow, this song, and this is the last song on the songs list. This song had really, really mixed reception. Gum by Yeonjun. And the first time that I heard it, I was not really sure what to think of it. And then it grew on me. And I especially think that the pre-chorus bit with the piano is so cool. It reminds me of Humble by Kendrick Lamar. And it doesn't sound like Humble at all. But again, it just kind of has that late 2000s vibe. Like right before the 2010s. It's kind of giving Timbaland in like a strange way. Some of the songs, you know. But yeah, the choreo for this, obviously Yeonjun is a dancer, so you knew he was going to eat when it came to the choreo. And this has insane moves, and he really pulled it off. And I loved the era, I loved the styling, I loved his hair color, and it was just so, yeah, carefree and cool. And yeah, it did end up on my best of the year list because it's just really special. Like, there's not a lot of K-pop songs out there that love to take a risk like that, and this one definitely did. So yeah, Gum by Yeonjun, check it out. I'm going to take a toilet break. I'm a human with working intestines, unfortunately. So I'm going to top up my water. Maybe you should do the same. I've been going for almost 50 minutes already. Oh my goodness. And I still need to get into the album. So maybe I should have done it separately. But I'm not going to do that because a good podcast episode is pretty long. So, okay, hold on. Let's go for a toilet break. Hello, I am back. I had an idea. What I think I might do is I might split the songs part and the albums part into 2 different videos, but you could listen to them in succession if you like. So I think I'm going to do that. I think my mom might interrupt me because I said we were going to have dinner, or we agreed to have dinner in 10 minutes. So she's probably going to knock on my door in a little bit, and I'll continue recording later. But anyway, let's talk about albums. Again, alphabetical order. So just wait for your favorite to come by. Based on the first letter of the act. First one, aespa. aespa had such a good year this year. Supernova, Armageddon, Whiplash. Wow. I know those are from 2 different albums, but what the hell? Those eras were so strong. The Supernova music video, Armageddon music video, Whiplash music video, all so freaking strong. And I'm actually surprised that I put Whiplash on here because I didn't even listen to the Whiplash album that it was on. Let me look it up, actually. Yeah, because I was still looking for a way to find it in a way that was not giving money to nasty people. I'll save it. Yeah, 6 tracks. Okay, no remixes. That's cool. I think I'll listen to it later if I find a good way to listen to it. But yeah, wow, that's aespa album. That was in my rotation quite a bit. It's not that much anymore, but I still love Supernova so much. That song is so fantastic, and I just love them joints. I love them joints. But yeah, especially when this album came out, I had it on quite a bit, and I think the album cover as well in particular is really, really cool. Yeah, Supernova was by them joints, and yeah, this album ate. It was so good. And I feel like aespa is just on an upward trajectory, and I love the concept. I loved that kind of end of the world theme that they went with, and the way that they mixed the lyrical content with that concept in general was just really cool and very refreshing. And I feel like aespa is really one of the groups that, if you're looking for something new and refreshing to consume in the K-pop world, then aespa is probably the way to go. And they're all amazing vocalists as well. Wow, really strong members. Oh my goodness. Okay, starting with an A. Who's next? Yes, it is Ice on My Teeth by ATEEZ. Wow, oh my god, especially from that album Selfish Waltz. Oh, that song is so good. Jongho 8 with his vocals. Wow, he's such a fantastic vocalist. If you were looking for yeah, that kind of DPR Ian sound that almost sounds a little bit, I don't want to say vaporwave, but it almost has like this kind of 80s inspired, like what The Weeknd was trying to do on that Blinding Lights album. Yeah, for me, it just, especially Selfish Waltz really reminded me of DPR Ian. And yeah, Ice on My Teeth is just so cool. Again, the music video was so fantastic. I love the surrealist elements that it took. It was so whimsical and just so creative. And yeah, we got an all 8-member verse. And they just all came together on one verse. And again, the rap on this is so good. Hongjoon is just eating the song up. Like, he got into the studio and he was just like, let's do this. Yeah, Ice on My Teeth. Wow, what a fantastic song and what a fantastic album. Of course, ATEEZ had to end up on my best albums of the year list. And then we have Work. I'm surprised I put this on here. I should have put it on the songs, but that the Golden Hour series is just genuinely really exciting, and I need to revisit it a little bit more. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Yes, what was it? What song did I save? Hold on. Yes, Siren. That's the one I saved. That one's so good. Again, I don't have that much to say, unfortunately, because I just didn't listen to it that much. I was really more into other albums this year, which we'll get into, but still, I think ATEEZ is just also still on such a strong trajectory. They just have such an interesting concept and really, really strong members. I love that they always sing live. Again, their rappers are really good. They write their own verses, and I love that they help with the direction of where the songs are going. They help co-produce the songs and co-write the songs, and I think that's such an important part of, you know, making a group shine. And yeah, ATEEZ is just really good at that. They're coming to my country next month, but unfortunately I cannot go, which we'll get into later. But yeah, for now, let's move on. We are at the letter C. Can you guess? Is it annoying that I keep asking you to guess? I hope it's not, but it was Brat. We have to talk about Brat. Obviously, we have to talk about Brat. Brat was fantastic. Wow, I love every single song on that album. There was not one song that I was like, oh, this song was terrible. Like, she should have left this one off. Like, Apple going viral was insane. I love the fact that she went more personal and deep as well on So I, or I think about it all the time. Again, like, really interesting subject matter. Like, excuse me. I will link some other videos about and Chromacopia and Brat down below. Is a really interesting video that I saw about that, the fact that those albums were just about being in your 30s, and I love that. Like, I love that artists feel more comfortable writing about that era of their lives. And I think that those people in that age group also need music to relate to. I feel like the world is so made for young people, especially entertainment wise. It's easy to feel left out when you try to keep up with everything. And those two albums, like, again, I'll get into it later, like, we're going by alphabetical order, so Tyler is going to be at the end, but you can know already that he's in here. But wow, just what a fantastic album. What can I say about this album that hasn't been said already? Just an amazing marketing campaign around it, and everybody was doing Brat Summer, and it was cool. It was just so cool. It was really cool to witness as well. And I wasn't even a Charlie fan really before this. Sorry. I mean, I always respected her. Like, I've been around for a while, so obviously I still remembered her from Boom Clap, and then Icona Pop collaboration. Yeah, like, I love it. Yeah, that song. That's really where I know her from. So I just always thought it was interesting that people say that she was not so famous. Like, she was never really pop star, which in my opinion she was. She was always a huge star. So I was also really surprised by some of the lyrical content on Brat. But like, again, such an interesting view on it. And the Remixes album was very interesting. I haven't listened to it in full, but yeah, Girl So Confusing. Wow. Like, I think that song is going to change the music industry as a whole. Like, working it out on the remix is going to be a new form of making music, and it just really diversifies the way that we can make music and approach personal relationships, because music is healing. And I thought that was so cool. It was so cool the way that they approached it, and I just loved seeing pictures of them together at parties afterwards. And again, it was just so iconic to witness. Yeah, but my favorite songs were 360 and Von Dutch. Like, Von Dutch is such a good song. And that at one point, that was my favorite song of the year. Is it still my favorite song of the year? It's up there. It's definitely top 5, but yeah, it's fantastic. A lot of people weren't that impressed by that song, but I think that song goes so hard. It reminds me of Vroom Vroom in a weird way, but yeah, Von Dutch, Brat. It was amazing. Okay, let's move on. We're at D. Doechii. What was it called? Alligator Bites Never Heal. Right? Don't heal, never heal. I've been obsessed with this album, especially recently, because Doechii performed at Alligator Bites Never Heal. That's what it's called. Doechii performed at Camp Flog Gnaw, and obviously I don't live in the United States, especially not California, and I've been wanting to go for a long time, but it's on the other side of the earth. But wow, I saw that set that was uploaded online, and especially she really caught my attention after the Tiny Desk. I was posted to Twitter a lot, and then I was like, oh wait, she's a rapper, because everybody knows what it is, especially if you're on TikTok a lot, you would have heard that song. But then I saw that, and I also saw later that somebody was like, yeah, that's that person, like they're the same person. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, wow, she's just so versatile and a real chameleon. Like, I'm pretty sure she can hop on any song and make it sound fantastic. But yeah, this album was so good, and it again had really interesting lyrical content that's just so mature and honest, and I appreciate this album so much. I am definitely becoming a big Doechii fan. And she performed at a really small venue this year, and I should have gone. I didn't end up going, but I should have gone to that concert, because I'm sure I would have started standing right away. But yeah, I had to wait till the Tiny Desk came out. But anyway, the Tiny Desk is so good. If you haven't listened to that one yet or watched it yet, please do. Like, you'll be so impressed, especially if you love good rap with deep lyrical content. Wow, and Black Girl Memoir that she did on that performance, like it's not on Alligator Bites Never Heal, but wow, that song is beautiful. And I love Wait on that album as well, on Alligator Bites Never Heal. But this album has so many good songs like Boiled Peanuts, Catfish, Denial is a River. And I also, again, feel like Denial is a River is going to be one of those songs that just changes what it's going to be like for female rappers in the music industry. Wow, yeah, I knew I was going to yap about this album so much because it's just so good. Check it out if you haven't. Hop on the Doechii boat right now if you haven't yet. Excuse me, let me take a sip. Okay. Next, it was also in my rotation recently. Access All Areas by Flow. Again, we've been talking about Y2K so much this year, but this group does it so well. Walk Like This, Caught Up, and even In My Bag. I love that they just completely revitalized that Destiny's Child, but in a 2024 way. And we need that. We need that right now. And I love that they're all so different from each other as well. I don't know their names, but every time I see them on screen, I just love the variety that they all bring to the table. And if you like a good R&B album, definitely check out Access All Areas by Flow. I had it on quite a bit. It's just something that you can put on, start to finish. How do podcasters just do this in general? You have bodily functions. How can you talk without burping, without having to pee for such a long time? That's insane. We hit the 1 hour mark. Okay, but I feel like I'm going through this quite fast so far. Anyway, Access All Areas by Flow. If you haven't listened to the album yet, you are missing out. So again, hop on the Flow boat before it's too late. Even though I've thought they already did really well this year. I loved reading that it was the best performing girl group album since what was it? The Spice Girls or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure it's not true, but I did see some kind of headline where they were talking about how Access All Areas was the first girl group album in 15 or 20 years that was performing that well on the charts. So yeah, Access All Areas by Flow. Check it out. Next, JPEG Mafia. Wow, that man and that man's music have a special place in my heart. I remember when I first got into JPEG Mafia, I love All My Heroes Are Cornballs. That album is so special to me. I love how that album flows into each other, and it just sounds like one long Logic project glued together. So yeah, obviously I had to put on what's this album called again? I Lay Down My Life For You. I didn't even have to look it up, okay? I just had to think about it. But yeah, I love that Peggy went into a different direction on this album. We have more vulnerable moments, Don't Put Anything on the Bible. And those songs that he makes with Buzzy Lee in general are just always so beautiful. And they complement each other so well. And this album was definitely a little bit different for him, but it had really fantastic moments. One of my favorite songs was New Black History. I just love Vince Staples as well. Again, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a fan, but every time I hear something Vince Staples, I'm just like, hell yeah. And I love that they finally collaborated. And it's just so whimsical and cool and refreshing. And if you're looking for something that will, shake up your ears in a way that you're not expecting, then definitely listen to this album. And Shinmeido, the title track or the main single off this album, was so cool as well. And I love how he just changes up the flow of the song so often, and he's so good at it. And I love that he does everything himself. I really admire him. He's just really cool. What a guy. I Lay Down My Life For You by JPEG Mafia. Check it out. Okay. I'm going to be talking about Kendrick next. Did I listen to GNX enough? to extensively talk about it on this album, on this podcast episode. No. However, I did really like Luther, and I think there's 2 SZA collaborations on this album. I still any Kendrick project just takes time. Unless you're a good Kendrick fan, you'll get it in a week. But I just have so much music that I listen to. So, it just needs to marinate a little bit before it ends up in my rotation. I'm not saying that GNX was bad by any means, and Kendrick had a really, really strong year this year. But I just didn't really have any songs that I could, actually talk about on this episode. But still, I don't necessarily have to promote Kendrick. He is on a roll, he's winning, and, And now I have to talk about Not Like Us. Wow, what can I say about the song that hasn't been said already? It was just so cool to see him pop out of the dark like this. For what? He was just kind of chilling this year. And then out of nowhere, he just drops this absolute banger. And then it goes #1. It's on the charts for a really long time. And then he's going to perform it at the Super Bowl probably. And there's the way that it's being rubbed in that man's face is just so delicious to me. I'm sorry, I have to be shady for a little bit, but again, I won't go into it too long, because one of the main things that I really want to stay true to on my channel in general is that I don't want to spend too much time roasting artists that I don't like, because I don't want to make you feel bad if you are a Drake fan, for example. And that man has been roasted enough. I think we can all agree on that, so I don't need to say any more about it. But if I had to choose, I will definitely choose Kendrick any day. The last good Drake album, in my opinion, was Nothing Was the Same. Or if you're reading this, it's too late. And I thought my mom was coming in, but I was making that noise. Okay, but anyway, do I have to say anything about Not Like Us that's not been said already? Wow, what a banger. If you put that at a party and the way everybody goes, probably A minor, it's just so satisfying. It's a song for the books, for sure. What a fantastic song. So catchy. Love it. And really well written as well. Love you, Kendrick. Please keep doing what you do. Let's go back to the K-pop, guys. And if you don't like K-pop, please give it a fair chance. There's just so much exciting stuff in K-pop. And if you love pop music, then I would especially encourage you to give K-pop a fair shot. Especially what I'm about to talk about. Look, I think Luna is one of the pillars of K-pop when it comes to what the genre sounds like. And I really liked One of a Kind by Lucemble this year. Obviously, Luna split from their label. So they diverted into different groups and various solo acts. And Lucemble is one of the acts that came out of the Luna split. But Girls' Night and TTYL, both of those albums were so good. I particularly really like Boomerang from One of a Kind. The production of that just reminds me so much of Sophie. I don't know why, because I'm not even a big Sophie fan. But every time I hear Sophie's music, I'm just so captivated by it. I would never listen to it frequently in the way that I listen to K-pop, for example. But that does not mean I don't appreciate it or admire it. And I love that Sophie was so collaborative with various K-pop idols, and Sophie's sample packs are still used very frequently in K-pop. And Sophie's music was very, very influential to K-pop. And we can see that on Boomerang by Lucemble. And yeah, if you like a good K-pop album that sounds like K-pop, like bubblegum, happy, please listen to One of a Kind by Lucemble. Because Girls' Night, I want to hear that one in the club so bad. I wish Lucemble was more popular. It's just, wow, so good. And I love Starlight as well from One of a Kind. I did prefer One of a Kind over the TTYL album, But TTYL was such a good title track, and unfortunately the disbandment song, like they split from their label again. So I just, again, if anything, like they're not gonna break up, so I am excited to see what's in store for them next. And TTYL was just so exciting, and such a good K-pop song, so catchy. And yeah, there's some really good like classical musicians who analyze the song and talk about it extensively, and I can link that one down below as well. But yeah, TTYL by Lou Semble, oh, fantastic song, definitely one of the best of this year. Okay, we're at the M. We are going to talk about Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay. This album was probably, on my title at least, my most listened to album from the year. I wanted to go to that concert so badly, but it was sold out, and it was in a really small venue, and it was just really hard to get a ticket, so I didn't end up going, and I'm still so upset about it. Like, especially when you have the chance to see an artist in an era that you really like, that's always the time when you can hear the most songs from that album that you really like. So I was just really, really sad that I didn't get to see them in concert. But wow, Imaginal Disc, front to back, fantastic record, really innovative, using so many fresh ideas, and also taking so many elements of classical acts. Like the moments on the album when it's so ABBA are fantastic. Like if you're looking for something that is refreshing but familiar at the same time, then definitely try Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay, because that album just sounds like you're being taken away on a UFO and you're going to another dimension, but those aliens really love ABBA. Like, that's the best way I can describe it, because that's just the way it is. And yeah, I, again, can't wait to see what they do next. They're going to perform at a festival this year in my country as well. So if I can, I might go see them like that. But yeah, I always feel like festival sets are the best setting to see them in. But unfortunately, I wish the sets were longer. And they're not a headliner act this time at all. So it's definitely going to be like a 45-minute, maybe an hour-long set. But yeah, I might go see them. Who knows? But yeah, Imaginal Disc, wow, definitely one of my most listened to albums from this year. Okay, let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, this album was so good. I don't care what you have to say about Megan, okay? That's my woman. That's my lady. That's my girl. I saw her in concert this year, and she is genuinely so lovely. Like, beforehand, she was advertising her own charity where she helps people from her community. I was so impressed by that. I thought that was amazing. She went independent after all that she went through, and she's on a roll. And, oh, I should have put Never Play on the songs list. I think I put it here, yeah, but Never Play with R.E.M., wow, that was so good. The funk element in that song is so good. And even my boyfriend really likes that song, and it's hard for him to like any kind of K-pop adjacent song. Again, this is not a K-pop song, but my boyfriend's a DJ, and he plays it regularly in his sets just because it's so good. But anyway, Megan by Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, it was just deliciously long. If you want to feel like a bad bitch, this is the album for you. Oh, my favorite songs were definitely Boa and Mamushi. I know that's a bit basic, but yeah, Boa was not that well received, or, you know, it's being criticized on the internet quite a little bit, but I don't agree with that. Boa is a fantastic song. The music video is so cool. I love the outfits. I just think it works really well, and particularly I really love the sample that it uses. That Gwen Stefani song is so good, and I love that she gave it her own spin and just sounds exactly the way I want Megan's music to sound. And yeah, let's talk about Mamushi. Again, amazing music video. Amazing music video. Like, if we talk about cultural appreciation, she aced it. And this feature is really cool as well. Again, really unconventional, but just, yeah, refreshing. I like it when it takes it in a little bit more of an unexpected direction. And yeah, Mamushi, and I love the dance. I love the little dance that comes with it, because yeah, it just, especially when she did it in the Sailor Moon costume, that was so cool. Like, it just made so much sense. Yeah, I just think she should definitely do more Japanese adjacent inspired music. because this was just fantastic. And she's so in her element. You could tell that she just loves it. And she's great. I just love her so much. Her concert was so good. She was so busy signing things for fans. Like, she was singing live, obviously, but half of the time you couldn't hear her because she was just engaging with the fans in the golden area, or sorry, the golden circle. And I was just so lovely to see. Like, I'm happy she gets a lot of support because she's been through enough. And people who hate on her don't have a good reason to hate on her because she's wonderful. I don't care what you have to say about her. I will defend her until the end of my life, okay? Okay, we're at P. Okay, we're at P. P1 Harmony. Of course, I mentioned P1 Harmony twice already. Oh my goodness, I love this group. This is my favorite group after BTS, okay? So I'm going to be yapping for a little bit. I will put on the screen until that moment. You have to skip ahead if you don't care about me talking about P1 Harmony, but I have to get into my element for a little bit, okay? Okay, the Killing It album. Wow, I don't think I've ever heard a K-pop album that was that good front to back. Serious, I'm being so serious right now. I have to take a sip, sorry. Because not only was the Killing It concept so refreshing, like, who takes dentistry as a concept? Like, they're in a dentist chair in the music video. But I loved everything about this era. I loved the outfits. I love the fact that this was the era where they got their first music show win. That was such a special moment. I voted for the win as well. I never vote for K-pop shows. Literally never, but I was so happy when they won, and I was watching it live, and to see them tearing up on stage. I've been a fan since Do It Like This, and I knew they were special from the first moment that I interacted with any of their content online. If you're not on the P1 Harmony boat, hop on it now. Like, again, if there's 3 acts that are very important to me, then definitely hop on the Doechii boat, hop on the P1 Harmony boat, and hop on the RM boat. I will talk about that. We're almost at the R, but again, and sad song. I love that Killing It as well brought them so many more fans. It really opened up the door for more pieces to join the fandom, and they're going on tour, and I'm gonna see them. I'm gonna fly to another country to see them, and I have a special fan event, and I'll show all of that by the time it comes. But yeah, my god, my favorite songs from Killing It are Street Star, Love Story, and every song is good, okay? Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna pull up the track list, but this album was fantastic. I'm glad that it ended up on a lot of best at the end of the year lists, because it is genuinely that good. Oh yeah, Late Night Calls, fantastic song. Oh, and I love it just sounds like yearning for love. And I love the choreo for that track as well. I really, really hope that they're gonna perform it on tour, because I just love Late Night Calls so much. And Love Story, I was so obsessed with that song. I still am. It's my alarm clock. But it's just so dreamy and lovely and fantastic. Yeah. Tonight, Street Star, I See You. All great songs. The title track is great. The choreo is fantastic. They really gave it their all. They are so good at what they do. And yeah. Then I'm going to be talking about Sad Song, the new album that they released. It was in the summer, wasn't it? August? Something like that. Let me pull it up, actually. Make sure I get my facts straight. 20th of September. Yeah. It was also the perfect time because where I live, it was still quite warm in September. So you did kind of get that like late summer feel. Excuse me, from the album. And I have to talk about Wasp. Wasp is a song on Sad Song by the 2 rappers Intak and Jongseop. Oh, this song is so good. And it's just so, like, actually, they're rapping. You know, they're rappers. They're taking it to Rap Central. Again, I know I'm a white lady, but this song does something to me. I become a different person when I listen to this song. And it's just so, I would just encourage you to listen to the song, okay? More than anything, because this song is literally one of a kind. I love that they put it on as well. Like, there's no other subunits, like other members grouping outside of the rest of the group together to record a song. But yeah, again, the Sad Song album is really good. I would really encourage you to listen to it, even if you don't like K-pop. Because just give it a spare. Just please, I'm begging you, give it a fair spin. Wow, the amount of times I tripped over my words there, amazing. But anyway, P1 Harmony is one of my favorite groups. I have to take a sip after talking about that. Okay, we're not completely off the P1 Harmony boat yet. I really wanted to talk about the Jiyoung feature on the QM song, The Broken One. If you like bossa nova, I would really recommend this song to you. It is beautiful, and I love Jiyoung's vocal tone. He reminds me of Justin Bieber so much, and that was cute because he covered Baby by Justin Bieber on the US leg of the Utopia tour. But he has such a beautiful pop vocal tone, and I love that. Again, the rap is fantastic on the song, and it's just so dreamy and moody. Please check out The Broken One by QM featuring Jiyoung. Okay, let's talk about a nugu group. If you don't know what a nugu means who in Korean. So this is the word that K-pop fans use to refer to a group that nobody knows. I don't even know what label this group is under, but I think you say riize because you spell it riize in Korean. I don't even know what company they're under. Just a heads up, they're all really young. Some of the members were born in 2008. Like, that's shocking. I always find it so shocking that K-pop loves to use really, really young members. So just a heads up. Some people don't like to stand groups with really, really young members, but I stand P1 Harmony when Jongseop and Seoul were still minors. So just a heads up. They're from Muse Entertainment. And let me look up really quickly what other groups are under Muse Entertainment. Is that it? It's just riize. Oh, this is from Fandom, kpopfandom.com. Yeah. Oh, soloist Cherry B. Okay, debuted in 2021. I don't know Cherry B, but Love Attack and Pinball. Oh my god. Again, this is one of those songs that I would show to someone that doesn't necessarily like K-pop, but you don't hear that this is a K-pop song when it comes on, because it just has such a, I don't even know what kind of genre it is, but it's kind of like R&B, synth R&B, and they just do it so fantastic. And recently I started checking out this group a lot. I think it's next on my stan list because their music is just so fantastic. It reminds me of New Jeans in a strange way, but a little bit more excuse me, I have to take a sip. A little bit more K-pop-y. New Jeans loves to take those UK garage elements and make it a little bit more pop in general. But this one, especially Love Attack, is just a great K-pop song. And I loved it. I loved that it was promoted on Nuga Promotes so much. This group really got their flowers, and I can't wait to see what they do next. And yeah, I need to check out their debut album, Yo-Yo, which also came out this year. Is it? Oh, actually, does it only have 2 songs? Yo-Yo and I think, yeah, okay. Was that it? Why can't I open this? Yeah, I guess. Okay, anyway, check out riize. If you're looking for a new exciting group to stan, riize from Muse Entertainment. Okay, next, we're at the R. I have to talk about, and I have to make sure that I get the album title right, because I've had a few times where I said it. Right Place, Wrong Person by RM. Wow. If anything, after Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay, this is probably my most listened to album of the year, if not my most listened to album of the year. I was talking about this with my sister yesterday. Sorry, I think I just bumped the mic into my face. I was talking about this with my sister yesterday, and I love the direction that RM took, and I love that he worked with the Korean band Silica Gel to really bring the Thundercat, Tyler the Creator inspiration to life. I think he took all the right elements from the music that he likes and completely makes it his own. I love that it almost sounds a little bit jarring at times, but it just... also, if you take a look at some of the album artwork as well, it's trying to portray a feeling that is more rough around the edges and complicated feelings of being with the right person at the wrong place or vice versa, and the complexity of living life in general and having mixed feelings about how your life, whether you should be grateful for what you have or not, how that all unpacks itself and unravels itself. It's just, there's a lot of complicated feelings surrounding Right Place, Wrong Person, but I just think he executed it in the most beautiful way possible. Especially the Tomodachi Little Sims song is just so fantastic. Like the experimental jazz elements, the way the tempo changes in the song, and Japanese elements, and taking all of those things and mixing them together. Even Little Sims saying a line in Korean is just, yeah, I love blending all of those elements together, and I love Little Sims for saying yes to working with RM on the song. Like, this album had really cool features as well. Moses Sumney and even Hugo worked on Come Back to Me. Yeah, and wow. Also, I loved the music videos that came out of this one as well. The Lost music video was so good, so creative, and I appreciate RM so much. I was talking about this with my sister yesterday. Like, the K-pop industry would not be the same without that man. He has done so much for the K-pop industry, and he knows how to make music, like music. He loves music. He's a fantastic rapper. And his singing got so much better on this album as well, and he took so many different directions. He even have a little bit of shoegaze on Heaven. We have proper rap with that crunchy ass bass line on Groin. Oh, Groin is such a good song. If I was a DJ, I would be playing that song so much. Like, that song makes you shake some ass, bruh. And especially the first 3 tracks on this album, the way it takes you into the whole world of Right Place, Wrong Person. See, I almost made that mistake. If I could not recommend this album enough, if you're looking for something that is new and exciting, has interesting lyrical content, please read the Genius articles and see the translations. And wow, we're visionary. We love you, RM. Thank you for making this album. And oh man, I hope that man is having a good time in the military. I know he's not, but I seriously wish him all the best. He seems like such a genuine person. I love him so much. Sorry I had to fangirl over RM for a little bit, but I just really love this album. Yeah, okay, let's move on to S. Let's talk about Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Wow, this album really got its flowers this year as well. Fantastic run for Sabrina Carpenter. I love this album. I love every single song on this album. And I am usually not a Jack Antonoff truther. You can hear the Jack Antonoffian sound on this album. And again, I really love Sabrina Carpenter for taking the Dolly Parton-esque route on this record. Like, she does it so well. She's a fantastic vocalist. She has her own style. She completely makes it her own. And I love the fact that she brought back humor in music. Like, I was listening to Taste for the first time, and I was laughing. And some of these songs are so funny. Like, what was it? I think it was, hold on. Oh yeah, Slim Pickens. This boy doesn't even know the difference between there, and they are. But he's naked in my room. Like, that had me cracking up. Because I feel like every right person can relate to that line. We've all been with people that we look back on and we're like, I'm not proud of that. And she just, you know, made fun of it, but in the most charming way possible. And I really appreciate her. I would love to go to her concert, but it's really, really difficult to get tickets. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If I don't go, it's also fine. I am late to the Sabrina boat. That boat arrived to the dock and I missed that boat. I am on the next ferry. But again, I feel like people who are Sabrina fans before Short and Sweet came out, are especially Emails I Can't Send fans, have more rights to go to that show than me. But yeah, if you are going to the Short and Sweet tour or you've already been, have fun. And if you have already been, please tell me what it was like. And yeah, she's so funny and charming. Love her. Love her, love her, love her, love her. We're still in the S. We have one more S act to talk about, which has one single with another song and one full-length album, first full-length album for this group. Look, I love STAYC. STAYC is my favorite girl group. I've been meaning to stan a different girl group in K-pop. And I saw STAYC live this year. And that was so fun. Excuse me, the burps are not it. But anyway, STAYC. Their show is so good. Also, they're all so fantastic. They're fantastic vocalists. I love their styling. I love their whole concept. They do something different every comeback. And the Metamorphic album was so good. Some of my favorite tracks. Okay, we're back. I just went to have my Boxing Day dinner. And now I'm back fully filled with good food. And I need to leave in about 20 minutes, or I need to start packing my bag in about 20 minutes, so I do need to like go a bit fast. I'm so sad, but but anyway, this episode is already long enough. Let's be real. If you would genuinely listen to this podcast for an hour and a half, genuinely thank you. That's insane. I just love yapping about music, so let me continue yapping about the Metamorphic STAYC album. What the hell? That album was so good, and I felt like it flew under the radar so much, but I feel like they should have made one thing the title track. Like, I'm not saying that Cheeky Icy Thing is bad, but it's an acquired taste. I do like it. However, it took me a long time to warm up to it, so I don't blame other people for taking a little while to warm up to it as well, but it's very cunty. I love the music video. I basically love every music video of all these fucking songs and albums I'm talking about. Anyway. But still, the good songs on that album were I really like the Isa solo. It's called Roses. And let me pull up the track list. Oh yeah, Nada is good. Beauty Bomb is good. And yeah, again, one thing is definitely one of my favorite ones. Find by Seunghan and Jay. Those are all good, and I felt like STAYC was just very, very strong in this era. And I know their like contract is ending soon, so I personally really hope that it's going to get extended. I'm a STAYC fan. I am a Swith. And I'm always looking for more girl groups that kind of give me that STAYC feel, which is one of the reasons I was really interested in riize. Wow, sorry. But yeah. And then secondly, we have to talk about GPT. We have to talk about STAYC GPT. Like, that song, I love the subject matter of that song. And the instrumental, the instruments that they used, it just feels like twinkling snow falling on a winter day. But it just sounds so melancholy and sweet, and I think every member shines in the choreo, and the music video is fabulous. I love that they went for the same haircut and color concept. And it's basically a song about being disillusioned by AI and talking to a one-sided computer, essentially. And that's such an interesting concept because I feel like K-pop is just always so much more ahead of every other genre anyway when it comes to not only marketing tactics, but also what the music is about in general. And it's just so much more refreshing and exciting. And yeah, anyway, if you're looking for a good song that just sounds like twinkling snow falling on a winter day, and sweet and like a sprinkled donut with jelly inside, listen to GPT by Stacey. I love that song. It's fantastic. Probably one of my favorite songs from this year, like top 5. Okay, let's get into my favorite little brother group, Tomorrow by Together. Wow, they had such a strong year this year. Again, a HYBE group, so just pay attention to what songs you're listening to, at least. But that does not mean that their music is bad. They had such a winner year this year. Like, Deja Vu it has to be one of the best title tracks of a boy group in a long, long time. Because that one really gave... hold on. So people were comparing it to another BTS title track from the Young Forever era. I can't think of which one it was at this moment, but it's not Save Me. It's not Run, but it is one from that era. But anyway, it's just Deja Vu is such a good song, and everyone's like giving it that all vocally, and the music video was so fantastic. I really loved that whole album, and also See You There Tomorrow from that same album is genuinely so good. And again, if I was a DJ, or if I would try to recommend you a song that's a K-pop song that does not sound like K-pop, then listen to See You There Tomorrow by Together. That is such a good song. And yeah, those like kind of house elements that it mixes in and just makes it so exciting. And one of my favorite things about TXT is their breathy vocals. I am a breathy vocal girl. I love that. And they just breathe on the track and it sounds good. And I'm a big fan of that. And I think you should definitely check out that album, the Minisode 3 with the Orange X. But yeah, even the comeback after that, the Star Chapter Sanctuary, was very good. And again, we got a Dem Joint song. It was called 41 Winks, and I love that song. It's like a good R&B track with very bouncy bass line, and it's just so good. I love listening to that album, and I always love how TXT gives us a little bit of everything. So we have a few good R&B tracks. The title track was really fun as well, like a good... Is it synth pop? I think it is synth pop. Over the Moon was a kind of a synth pop song with little rock elements, and they just all eat it up vocally, and man, I love TXT. I'm genuinely really excited for TXT to go on their break, and when one of the members, Taeyeon, said on his live that he was going to go on vacation, and to see him so happy to go on a break, it just made me really excited for them as well. And yeah. TXT. I love TXT. Can't wait to see what they do next. But they should be on a break, obviously. Hold on. Let me take another sip. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I just ate a lot of food. I guess that this is why people don't do a lot of stuff in between recording podcast episodes and stuff, but whatever. Okay, then the next album with a T, the next artist with a T. If you disagree with this, I'm very sorry that you had to wait until the very end. But I personally really liked Clancy by 21 Pilots. My favorite songs are Next Semester, Overcompensate, and Routines and I, especially when Overcompensate first came out. I think that they're just so good at emitting that dark bassy synth sound that just sounds so threatening, and it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And personally, I like Tyler Joseph as a vocalist. I think he's very strong. Even recently, when he did that song for Arcane, I think it's called The Line, right? And when he was screaming on the stage, even though the original song does not have him screaming in it, like, he's just genuinely so good. But I'm now forever reminded about that one tweet that said that the 21 Pilots fan base is a Nightmare Before Christmas fan base. Like, how did that person know that that was exactly the way it was? Like, there's just something so Jack Skellington about it. Like, you're exactly right. But I personally like 21 Pilots. I know it's an acquired taste. Not everybody is that big on 21 Pilots. And if you don't like it, it's absolutely fine. I will be the last person to roast you. I understand that it's an acquired taste. But I did like this album. Was it necessarily about Trench and the world around Trench? Not really. I think they just mixed in elements. Like, they had that little squishy animal character with the horns, Ned, in one of the music videos. It's in, like, I'm pretty sure it's just on the packaging of bread. Wow, lore. But yeah, the album was called Clancy, so it was supposed to be a continuation of the Trench lore. However, I was kind of missing that. Maybe I would have to dive into it a little bit more, because this album came out in like April or February, something like that. It was definitely the first half of the year. So after that, there was more albums that I just got more interested over time, and I was listening more to. So I should revisit this album because I did like it, especially Next Semester. Especially when they make songs like that, I really think they shine the most because their fandom loves to mosh and loves to rock out. And that's just one of those, that's so corny. Their fandom loves to rock out. I'm sorry for that one, but they do. Like, they were originally a screamo band, kinda, so I think they just feel very at home in that genre. It just makes a lot of sense. So yeah, Next Semester, that was such a great song. If you're gonna at least listen to one song from that album and you haven't listened to any of the other ones, do that one, because it also has a really fantastic outro. The music video is fantastic. And it was genuinely probably filmed with real fans. And you can definitely tell, because those people that were in that crowd in the music video are loving every second of being in the music video, and you can tell. And yeah, I like 21 Pilots, but again, I understand it's an acquired taste. Okay, guys, we have 2 albums left. And I need to do this within 10 minutes. And then this episode is going to be almost 2 hours long if I don't split it. Chromacopia. Oh my goodness, that album was so good. And I love the fact that he teased us by saying, my fans are always expecting an album every 2 years, even though I didn't say anything was coming out, so just chill, bro. But then he came out and he made a banger album about being in his 30s and being scared to become a father and your parent that's aging. I thought that was very, very genuine and profound, because that's definitely something that all of us that are lucky enough to have parents that love us and care about us is something that we're all really scared of thinking about when they inevitably leave us one day. And yeah, every time I listen to that song and I listen to a few lyrics too intently, then I definitely get a bit teary-eyed, because I imagine my own mom getting to that point in life, which she isn't now at all, but it does really scare me. But yeah, this album is just so profound and honest, and I really, really enjoyed listening to it because it's just fantastic. It is a fantastic album. And again, my favorite songs are I Killed You, Sticky, Darling I. And Darling I is such a classic iteration of a Tyler song. It is the See You Again of this album. It is the I Think I'm Falling in Love, that one. I always forget the name of that one, but every Tyler album since Flower Boy has had that classic song with the harmonies and the catchy chorus about being in love, and it's becoming a Tyler staple on every album, and I love that because he's just so good at making so many different variations of the same concept, and he's just genuinely so creative. He genuinely pushes himself to achieve more and to challenge himself, but he is one of the only artists that I listen to that has his complete sound that is completely his. Anytime anyone else tries to do something that sounds remotely like that, he's the first person that you think of, because he really took what made Kanye's music so good, like taking certain samples and putting chords over it and mixing it and mastering it in... I'm not actually talking about mixing and mastering, but just blending it in such a beautiful smoothie and making it completely a Tyler the Creator smoothie. And yeah, this album was so good. But again, I've been a Tyler fan since Wolf. I even really liked Cherry Bomb when it came out, and I saw what he was trying to do from the moment that he made Cherry Bomb, because he was even working with Hans Zimmer, if I'm not mistaken, on that album. And I really appreciated that. And if you listen to the instrumentals on Cherry Bomb, you can definitely see what he was trying to do. And I always heard it. I got it from day one. I didn't understand why that album had so many mixed reviews, and so many people still don't like it. Yeah, it has a few hits and misses on that song, but if you talk about Okada, California, Two-Seater... those are very good songs. Find Your Wings. I will put those on a sunny day and really enjoy it. I understood what he was trying to do, and I love every album that he comes out with. I just think he's so good at what he does. And I'm going to be going to his concert next year, and I have a VIP ticket, so I'm very excited. And yeah. Oh, and even before... Excuse me. Oh, I need to take a deep breath. I'm already going so hard. We're talking about Tyler, the Creator. And I want to talk about the test pressing that you got when... I thought I heard a knock on the door, but... I'm sorry. The test pressing that you got when you pre-ordered merchandise. And I listened to it, and it has the Playboy Cardi verse on it that got removed. But there's... For me, as a learning musician, it was very enlightening to listen to, because you start understanding what kind of small changes are made in order to push a good album from being good to being great. And I just really heard that, and it was so exciting, because you could just really get into his mind and see what he was trying to do, and how he started out, and how he took this song from having this idea and making it a little bit better, or the fact that he changed some verses in small ways. And yeah, anyway, I really need to start wrapping it up now. I need to go in like 10 minutes. So yeah, okay, last album that we will be talking about today. And I need to make sure I get the title right. I should have put the titles from the albums in... Oh yeah, it's called I Did by Eve from Luna. Wow, this album was so fantastic, and it reminded me of A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships by 1975 so much, because it uses the same kind of electronic music elements with very reverby drum sounds and samples that are taken from what sounds like old techno music or something like that. It almost has a kind of Aphex Twin feel to it sometimes, but it also has a very good R&B song called Gone Girl. And the title track Viola was so good as well. And if you need some space, listen to that song, and you will be able to vibe along with that song. And it's just so well done. And again, the music video. The music video is fantastic. I especially really love the outfits. I love the outfits in the Viola music video. And yeah, I personally do think that this album is better than the Loop album that she did, even though Loop, the title track, was very good, and Diorama is a good song, but this one obviously has more tracks on it as well. This one has 5, and Loop has 4. One more song. But I feel like I Did was just better executed, had a better vision. And it was a little bit more experimental. Yeah, and like, again, it just reminded me of the 1975, especially on Dim as well at the end. And yeah, and it has a good like hip hop influenced song. I think that one's Hashtag. I think that's the second one. Yeah, almost again like kind of like Y2K little vibe that we got on a lot of the other K-pop albums this year. But this one just completely takes it and makes it something new and exciting. And yeah, love Eve. I should probably become a Luna stan. Because I'm such a huge fan of all of their post-Luna work. And when they do inevitably come back, I think I'm going to be tuned the fuck in. And it's going to be so fun. So yeah, we did it, guys. Almost 2 hours. The fact that I can just talk to thin air about music for 2 hours... I'm like shaking my head right now. It's genuinely insane. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope it was a pleasant surprise because I didn't say what I was going to do. But the reason I did this as well is because my videos have been a little bit... I still need to find my footing when it comes to scripting and how I'm going to do it, because I know what I'm talking about, but I just genuinely have the tendency to repeat myself a lot. And if I don't use a script, the video is really difficult to edit. And if I stop talking too much in between, then I have to cut and paste the sentences in a new way, and that's really annoying. So yeah, I'm still trying to find my footing, but I hope that you have found Tumblr Retrospective interesting so far, because I made those videos because those are videos that I would watch. And there's plenty of people that watch other videos that I watch. So yeah, please, I have not received any comments yet. I hope I do one day. And yeah, I don't know. I do really enjoy talking about music though, and I hope that that shines through more than anything. And yeah, please, if you're feeling very generous, then give any of the albums and tracks that I recommended to you a spin, and let me know if you like them. I know there's not a lot of people talking about K-pop seriously on the internet, and I hope that I can fill that gap, because K-pop is just genuinely so interesting and boundary breaking, in my opinion. I genuinely think it's one of the most exciting genres out there, because you never know where the trends are going to take the genre. You never know what's coming next. They're always trying to reimagine every single concept and do something that's never been done before, break records, and it's just, yeah, I mean, the idols get overworked so much. And I do genuinely hope that with the various boycotts that we have going on, that if we all group together as fans and want the best for our idols, that they also have better laws that protect them in their working environment, and that they have more time off and they get rewarded both in time off and financially for all the hard work that they do. And it should definitely just not go unnoticed. I feel like people... Yeah, now I'm yapping again, but I'll wrap it up with this. But I just genuinely feel like people have the tendency to not take K-pop too seriously, because, of course, it's liked by teenage girls, but that does not mean that because a lot of groups don't have... Not all the members partake in the writing of the music, or... they don't direct their own videos. Like, no good artist has to do everything themselves. And I think that's such an unrealistic standard that we have on musicians today. Like, the best music is made with help from other people who are really passionate about making music. And that should always be the main goal and intention. And just because people make K-pop does not mean they don't love music. And I think that that's a huge misconception. And I think that that's a huge misconception. And I just hope that I can make people interested in K-pop in a way that I'm interested in K-pop. And also just other genres of music. You know, if you listen to Magdalena Bay, then why can't you listen to JPEG Mafia? If you listen to JPEG Mafia, then why can't you listen to aespa? You know what I mean? And yeah, thank you for listening. 2 hours. And tonight for you, if you are listening on the day, will be New Year's Eve. I hope you go into 2025 with good health and good people around you. And even if you don't, I hope you're going to be happy. And even if you're not happy, I hope you will be happy. And I just want to give you strength and support all the way from my tiny little room in my tiny hometown, me yapping into my microphone, twisting on my mother's chair right before I have to catch a train to go back home. So thank you for listening today. Sorry if I was breathing into the mic a lot and burping and being disgusting, but I'm a human. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that must be so annoying about being a K-pop idol, having to be perfect all the time. Because being a human is normal, and we should not hide the fact that we are sad, or are struggling, or burp, or fart, or any of those things. I think it should be custom to apologize for letting out a disgusting smell of your body. What am I even talking about? I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful 2025, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Happy New Year, guys. Goodbye.